Oliver lived in a quiet house where the silence often felt heavier than the furniture. His parents worked long hours in the city, leaving him in the care of Mrs. Higgins, who was kind but preferred her knitting and radio dramas to games or stories. Oliver spent much of his time exploring the attic, a dusty kingdom filled with forgotten things, trunks spilling lace, hat boxes smelling faintly of lavender, and peculiar contraptions whose purposes were lost to time. It was under a faded tapestry, depicting a stag in a moonlit forest, that he found the clock. It wasn't large, perhaps the size of a teapot, crafted from dark, warm wood that felt smooth against his fingertips. Its face was simple ivory, but instead of numbers, it bore 12 tiny, exquisitely painted birds, each representing an hour. The strangest thing was its stillness. No hands moved, and no sound emerged. No matter how closely Oliver pressed his ear to its surface. He showed it to his grandmother during her next visit. Grandma Alara lived by the sea, smelling always of salt and peppermints, her eyes holding the deep blue of the ocean horizon. She was Oliver's favorite person, the one who listened intently to his discoveries and spun tales that made the ordinary world seem magical. She examined the clock with gentle hands, a soft smile playing on her lips. "Ah, the dream ticker," she murmured, her voice like rustling leaves. "It's been sleeping along." While she explained that this clock didn't measure the minutes of the waking world, its purpose was far more wondrous and elusive. "Its hands," she whispered, leaning close as if sharing a profound secret, "only move when the person who treasures it most is dreaming deeply, and it's ticking. That's a sound meant only for the dreamer's ears, a lullaby woven from stardust and memory." A thrill shot through Oliver. He carefully placed the clock on his bedside table every night. Before drifting off, he would look at the silent, beautiful object, hoping against hope to witness its magic. Mornings brought only disappointment. The clock remained stubbornly inert, the painted birds frozen in their silent circle. Yet Grandma Alara's certainty anchored him. He began paying closer attention to his dreams, trying to recall any fleeting sound. He'd wake with fragments, soaring over mountains, talking to a badger wearing a waistcoat, but never the distinct tick-tock. He confided his frustration to Grandma during their weekly phone calls. Her laughter was warm and reassuring. "Patience, my little owl," she'd say. "Magic doesn't run on schedules. It finds you when your heart is truly open and quiet, ready to receive its song." Months passed, filled with the rhythm of school and Grandma Alara's visits, which grew less frequent. A quiet tiredness seemed to settle over her, though her smile for Oliver remained as bright as ever. Then, one gray Tuesday, the news came. Grandma Alara, peacefully, had slipped away in her sleep by the sea. Oliver's world shattered. The house felt colder, emptier than ever before. Grief was a heavy stone in his chest that night. Curled under his quilt, tears soaking his pillow, Oliver finally fell into an exhausted, deep sleep. And in that sleep, he dreamed he was standing in Grandma Alara's seaside garden, the air sweet with honeysuckle. The sky was twilight purple. Then he heard it, a soft, rhythmic sound, steady and comforting. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. He looked down, and there, nestled among the moonflowers, was the little wooden clock. Its hands, delicate as spun silver, were moving steadily around the circle of birds. The sound wasn't loud, but it resonated deep within him, a soothing pulse that eased the sharp edges of his sorrow. Oliver woke with a start. Moonlight streamed through his window. He immediately looked at the bedside table. The real clock sat there, silent and motionless as always. Yet the echo of the ticking, the profound sense of peace it brought in his dream, lingered powerfully within him. It hadn't been just a dream sound. It felt like a message, a warm embrace sent across the vastness between worlds. From that night on, whenever Oliver missed Grandma Alara most fiercely, whenever the loneliness threatened to overwhelm him, he would often dream of the clock. Sometimes it sat on a sun-drenched windowsill overlooking her garden, sometimes on a rock by the crashing waves. Always, its gentle, rhythmic tick-tock filled the spaces between his heartbeats, a tangible reminder of her enduring love and presence. Years flowed by. Oliver grew taller, the house filled with different sounds. As he became a young man, the clock remained on his bedside table, a cherished relic of childhood and comfort. One rainy afternoon, visiting distant cousins, Oliver found young Lily hiding in a dusty closet, her face tear-streaked. Overwhelmed by the loud family gathering downstairs, he sat quietly beside her in the dim light. Seeing her small shoulders shake with silent sobs reminded him vividly of his own childhood loneliness. Later, knowing Lily loved secrets and quiet things, he gently placed the small wooden clock in her hands. He told her its story, about the painted birds, the silent days, and the special sound only heard in the deepest dreams by the one who needed it most. He saw a spark of wonder light up her damp eyes as she traced the smooth wood. Now, the clock rests on Lily's windowsill, catching the morning sun. It remains still and silent in the waking world, keeping its ancient secret faithfully. But Oliver knows, with a quiet certainty that warms him from within, that somewhere in the velvet darkness of night, when Lily dreams her deepest dreams, the delicate silver hands will begin their gentle journey around the circle of birds, and in that safe, hidden place, she will hear it. The soft, steady, profoundly comforting tick-tock of love echoing across time. A timeless lullaby proving that the most precious bonds never truly break, they simply find a different way to be heard.